How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
What's up, fuckers?
Oh,
welcoming.
Sorry.
Nothing, I guess.
All the women in America are pissed off right now.
Not all of them. Susan Collins and Murkowski are fine. And all those other Republican...
Most of the women in America are pissed off right now.
All those Aunt Toms.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. I'm not co-opting anybody else's issues for my own. But welcome to Night of the Living podcast. We're going to do Halloween specials again today. It's me and Mikey B.
What's up? I'm Mikey B.
We programmed a fun and exciting show for you today.
Oh my gosh, the best.
It was
Amy.
so fun, man.
It was fun.
We do good work.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
did.
I know we haven't recorded it yet, but it's not going to be as good as last week's episode.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you both in your balls.
Me and Kelley tag team.
Well, the best
good.
one's coming.
Me and Kelley had a devil's, what's it called?
A devil's triangle.
Yeah, devil's
Oh,
triangle with that.
It's like quarters.
We got much more.
Andy really boofed that joke.
Oh.
I didn't recall what happened, so, all these spaces in my memory.
I hate you. So yes, I'm Amy. That's Mikey B. We're also joined by Freddy,
Hey.
Andy,
Hi.
and somebody's husband.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Kelley.
Not the. I'm not Kelly's husband. I'm Kelley.
You're just somebody's husband.
Yeah.
You're a husband.
Somebody's husband that I used to know.
Yeah.
You weren't a husband last time,
Mm-mm.
but now you are.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you get married?
I'm on the other side.
Yeah. Who'd you get married to?
I don't know why I said it in that weird voice. Elise.
It's a new patron level that we're offering where you get to marry Kelley.
You get to marry
Yeah.
a podcaster.
Marry a podcaster.
Elise was the first one to sign up.
It's
Yep.
And the only one so far.
Yeah, it's the
First
50,
come, first serve.
It's the 50-cent level.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not nice.
50 Cent like the rapper.
Yeah. It's
That's
actually.
not
I got these fancy things.
And he's
It's your birthday.
Yeah,
Mhm.
anybody can sign up. He's polygamous.
Mhm.
Polygamous.
Man, it's a polygamous.
Well, congratulations to you and Elise.
Oh,
We're all very
thanks.
happy.
Did that happen before the last show?
No, because you got married on Monday. and
Oh,
we
that's why we're
recorded on
talking
Sunday.
about it now.
Yeah.
Dumb shit.
Oh, yeah, I got married, Edla listeners. Sorry. I was like spaced out for that whole thing.
I was spaced out for everything, too. So it's okay.
Oh, wait.
I was kind of like,
I'm back now.
Wait
I was
a
too.
minute.
Such
Wait
a man. Don't remember when he got
Yeah.
A
married.
minute. Oh my god.
Oh, my God.
Our password is our wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then you can't.
How are you going to remember yours?
Yeah, there was a commercial.
It's burned
Okay, you
into
burned
my
it.
stomach
Gotcha.
with one of those wood
Okay.
burning
With
pens.
cigarette
What was the
butts.
date that you got married on?
October the 1st.
Yay.
Oh, that's a good one. That's easy to remember.
Makes it easy to remember.
It's
Yeah.
like opposite Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh,
Well,
What a nice October sandwich.
or the ringing in of
Yeah.
it, maybe.
Yeah, or it's like it's Halloween.
And could you explain to me what an October sandwich is?
No, the bread. It's
it's a drinking game.
oh, you're doing Kavanaugh.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was
It's the
more,
mindfulness bell of Halloween.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Ding.
Ding.
Are you present for Halloween?
Ding-a-ling.
I'm
October
present.
1st will let you know.
Mm-hmm.
I had some old eggs for breakfast.
Wow.
You had some
Ooh.
awakes?
Old eggs.
Oh, old eggs.
Old eggs, and I made some biscuits and gravy.
How'd the old eggs
And-
get you?
Why old eggs? Just because
it's what I had.
Okay.
They were
How old? I didn't know they were old. How old
They
were
didn't smell.
They were antiques.
They didn't smell.
Okay.
They didn't smell at all.
They didn't hatch, did they?
They didn't hatch. They weren't fertilized. And also, I made a cocktail last night with what was laying around.
The old
With
eggs?
Old eggs?
Old eggs, biscuits and gravy.
It was a weird color.
It came
Beer.
out the color of swamp.
Oh no!
And
Did it taste like swamp?
no, it tasted
No,
pretty
it's
good. But it was like a bunch of different liquors and stuff.
You should
and
call it
then,
a Tasty Swamp.
I called it Swamp Mud.
Oh, that's
Swamp
good.
mud.
I have a little left over, but I added so much other stuff to it this morning so we could have it with brunch.
Biscuits and gravy.
I added biscuits
Old
gravy
eggs.
to it and old eggs.
Did the color change overnight?
Yeah,
Not gonna lie, at first it looked like he put a little spinach or kale in there.
it did.
Ah.
I thought you were going to say diarrhea.
It was
That
not
too.
an appealing, aesthetically appealing drink.
So were you following a recipe and then just
No.
kind of remixing it, or just
No,
going with the feeling?
I was going with what we had in there.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
It
I
had
got
tequila and rum and
scrubbing
blue-
bubbles.
So you basically made like
Stuff.
the meatloaf
Yeah,
drink.
scrubbing bubbles.
Scrubbing bubbles meatloaf.
Yeah,
Potting
breadcrumbs,
soil.
diced onions, a little bit of ketchup.
Pretty surprise, if you
Abalone.
will.
Yeah.
That's how they got the Flaming Homer.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
he just grabbed shit and threw it in?
Mm-hmm. Do you remember in Back to the Beach they had the hangover cure? That was pretty much everything.
Yeah, it had like Pepsi, coffee grounds,
Yeah.
Tylenol.
Do you remember the scene where Bill Cosby made they made the thing in Jack where they all drank the drink? Remember Jack?
The movie
Yeah,
Jack with Robin Williams.
Yeah, wasn't it Bill Cosby that
He
made
was in
that
that?
drink?
I don't remember.
Ooh, maybe not.
do?
In my memory, for some reason, my memory around Bill Cosby is a little foggy.
Did he give you some?
Maybe, but they made like a drink, then they all drank it. And it was real gross. Yeah, I don't know.
I
Sorry.
put in the pudding.
So I assume it was a black man that made it?
It could be. With
I
Mike's brain,
thought it was Bill Cosby.
his brain gets so mixed up that you don't even have any. There's no baseline. It doesn't
There's
have to
not.
be a black person.
It's more about a feeling.
Could have been Jack Nicholson.
More about a feeling.
Jack Nicholson and Bill Cosby are two opposite
you
spectrums.
gotta go skipping across the fields of Mike's brain though.
I think
You
that's
do.
Well, you take the quail. I don't have a good Jack at all.
it just seemed kind of racist.
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna verify that it's not.
Pudding.
Is anybody like Miss Jack Nicholson?
Oh, Bill Cosby played
Yeah.
Lawrence Woodruff
There
in the
you
movie
go.
Jack.
There you go.
Not racist. Check.
I was in the movie Jack with the Robin Williams. I just have discovered I can do that, so I've been doing it all the time.
That's
Can do what?
great.
What did
I
you
would-
discover you could do?
The Bill Cosby
Oh, that's
voice.
what that was. Okay.
Your Bill Cosby sounds like he's trying to push out his shit or something.
I've been trying to push out this shit since 1987, Rudy.
It's like, it sounds like you're straining like,
I want to do an impersonation of Bill Cosby's skin tags. Where they're like,
Has anybody else had the thought when you saw Bill Cosby walking to sentencing that you would feel sorry, but now when you see it, you just kind of smugly go,
Is this
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
the one where
Transform
he
for me.
does the weird jump around and he's performing for the what a crazy
Mhm.
crazy old fucker.
yeah,
yeah,
maybe they make chocolate cake in jail.
chocolate
That'd be great.
They use the pudding. They use the pudding.
Puddin'?
Oh man, it hurts to hear Bill Cosby impersonations for a lot of different reasons.
And that's what I was wondering.
I was trying to hurt you guys.
It's ringing the mindfulness bell
I
on
hurt
Bill
the ones
Cosby.
I love.
Yeah. All I
Let's
think of
be
are
in the
skin
moment.
tags and saggy eyes. And,
Saggy
and like
eye.
he looked like a hound dog that was about to be euthanized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because he kind of had rabies.
Yeah,
He had
Kinda.
rabies in his eyes.
Saggy eyes, they're watching you.
Cosby's eyes are watching you.
it's still like, is it okay to still like the
Covered
show?
in skin tags too.
I mean, that's
watching you.
I guess you got to make that determination for yourself. But I don't want to stop enjoying Roseanne.
No.
Yeah.
Old episodes of Roseanne.
I watch Roman Polanski movies all the time.
I mean, people still.
Well, not all the time, but when I watch them, I watch them.
In spite.
But there's like levels of,
Yeah, there's levels.
because
Yeah.
I feel like what Bill Cosby did is a lot worse than what Roman
Yeah.
Polanski or Roseanne did.
Well, Polanski
Well, it's
was a
definitely worse
rapist.
than what Roseanne did, I'll say.
Cosby had way more quantity
Mm-hmm.
than Polanski did. So,
So it's quantity
there-
over
Okay, well-
quality, is that what you're saying, Amy?
Well, how many child rapes equals one woman rape?
That is a good point.
How many child rapes equals one woman rape?
It's not an exact
Let's
science.
just
There's an
Right.
equation.
And say we did.
Let's call... Oh, we can't call Stephen
How do
Hawking
I
anymore.
get
He's
out
You
of
get
dead.
to put you put your art out there, and then it's ours to do with what you want to
Yeah.
do with.
Well,
So
I really, I want to watch Jeepers Creepers 3, but I haven't watched it
yeah,
because I'm making that stand, right? That's a guy that was convicted of bad things done to children.
Did he do one? Could I still watch that?
Yeah, he made all 3 of them.
Damn, I like one.
Yeah,
I know.
I love
Yeah.
2 too.
I know.
Yeah, you just-
Well, I mean,
Yeah, here's what you do. You sit and you go, okay, what am I doing? Is it really going to directly benefit this person who I find totally repulsive?
Also, if you really want to look at it, somebody that's been involved in everything that you like has done something fucked up.
Because
You
people
just don't
are-
know about
Our
it yet.
country is founded on a lot of
Yes.
bad choices.
You're not wrong.
However,
I still think George Washington is wonderful, and then you go, oh shit,
Yeah.
about them slaves.
the other side of that is, but once you do know, what do you do with that information? And like, in the case of like Jeepers Creepers,
This isn't fun anymore.
I know.
Well, I
people
stopped
are
sending them
problematic.
birthday
That's-
cards every year.
Yeah.
Part
He
of
is
being
off the
a
Christmas card list.
part of being a human being means you get to be a little problematic for.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
things.
hella problematic. I just said hella.
Yeah, there it is.
Elise is like, "Are we still sending Victor Salva a card?" I'm like, "No."
he requested
No
a pair of the boys'
longer.
underwear with it.
Well, he's not getting them this time.
Not this time. Last time it seemed innocent when he asked for the boys' boxers.
Yep.
Hey, another awful thing happened, just to change the subject and get into a better place, but it's still a sad place. Scott Wilson died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Herschel from Walking Dead.
And,
And,
Freddy's
Exorcist
favorite
3.
Exorcist
The
movie.
Exorcist 3. He was so great in that.
Yeah, I've been reading on Facebook. A lot of people have really high thoughts of him.
He was
he-
also
apparently
yeah,
he was a really good guy.
He was real sweet. Did
he
you meet
came
him
to
at
Horror Hound
Yeah.
more than a few times
Yeah.
and really seemed to be
Yeah.
very welcoming
Apparently
and
he
kind.
just walked around and talked to people
He
and,
did.
and drank
Yeah.
with them.
And ladies loved him.
I remember giving him a smile nod.
Mm-hmm.
And that was nice.
Yeah.
He smiled and nodded back. He didn't have to do that.
He was warm.
That was my moment.
Hey, that's good.
Thanks.
You share the moments.
Yep.
The good moments.
I
Yeah.
talked to Tom Atkins. That has nothing
He's
to do.
he's alive though.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I have never met Scott Wilson,
Okay.
so I had
Kelly
to think
was
of
like-
somebody else that I
He
met.
just wanted to.
Kelly was like, I haven't spoken in a couple minutes.
My sister sold a bowling ball to Icky Woods.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did he do the shuffle?
No, he was not nice to her.
Aw.
Icky Woods sold sticks to our friend.
There you go.
On the street?
Yeah. No, he was a door-to-door stick salesman.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well,
After the NFL
did
Well-
he do the shuffle
or
for them?
before?
Well, he's a liar too, so I can't
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
really
Okay.
take his word for it.
Yeah. Like that time he
Like
said
it-
that Michael Jackson
Jackson's-
stopped at his house to use the bathroom.
Turns out it wasn't, but it was his sister.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see how you make the mistake.
Yeah.
I gotta stop believing people.
Don't stop believing, Andy.
So R.I.P. Scott Wilson. Thank you for
Yeah.
all the good times, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, went to a Spirit of Halloween last night just to
Fun.
browse and such.
Yeah.
Spirit Halloween?
I thought it was Spirit of Halloween, but I'm not the brightest bulb in the drawer. Of,
Well, I don't know that, mistaking that
silverware.
affects your bulb brightness or
So
not.
there's no of in there, huh?
No.
Spirit
I had no
Halloween.
idea.
I browsed Spirit Halloween. Sorry, God, that most people probably just turned it off right there. I
Because
probably
you-
sounded like your mom
Mm.
or like a teacher.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, they have we were browsing around. They have a lot of fun stuff, but they have the baby mask from Happy Death Day.
The one with the tooth.
And I
that's
really
cool.
want it.
Well, here's the funny thing
I
about
should have bought it.
Spirit Halloween. I learned something today. They really sidestepped the whole paying for branding stuff by renaming like that baby mask, baby killer mask, and
Yeah.
the Donald Trump mask, candidate mask.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like they have stuff that is clearly, I don't know what small detail they can change in these products to get away with doing what they do. But boy, oh boy.
It's possible that they did pay for the.
Let me ask you a question, though. If you kill a college girl while you're wearing that, then does it become like a copyright
becomes
infringement?
official.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
All right, I'll try
That's how
that.
that works.
But I want it.
I don't want to get sued.
You should get it.
I know.
You deserve it. You work
right?
hard.
I do work hard.
You should have a baby killer
It can't be
mask.
too expensive.
You created baby status, right?
Yeah.
So there you
Yes.
go. You need a baby status mask.
You gotta get your money's worth out of it. You gotta wear it all the time.
I want you to
All
wear
the
it to
time.
the show.
the time. Well, like we're going to Disneyland, we're going to Mickey's Halloween party, but you can't wear a mask.
I won't be there for that, so I need you to wear it to this
Yeah,
show.
me
Okay.
neither.
You need to do it when you have fun times with Freddy too.
Oh,
Oh.
sex kink.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Spice things up with a baby mask.
Disengaging.
Nope.
Yeah.
But like, if you're sometimes you have to put it on the back of your head though.
So patreon.com/NOTLP if you want to support this show.
That's a doggy style.
One on each butt cheek.
Love you, baby.
I love you too. Yeah, Patreon. The shirts, the pins are ordered.
We need your shirt sizes.
But-
People who are $10 and over.
So send me your shirt
If
size.
you ain't done it yet, you need to get on it.
Yeah, if you are at the 10 and up
Or I'm
level,
going to send you a small.
send me your shirt size. Do it as soon as you possibly can.
Or a I'm just going to send you a medium.
Yeah, send
Because
me-
I need that.
What is the
information.
average shirt size of the
Send
Americans?
nudes, and then we'll judge your shirt size.
Sure.
Wait, we think you have.
No, I don't want to do that.
Send us
So
one of your other shirts and we'll hold it up to the shirts and we'll see which one matches best.
Here's like, just meet me at the Spirit Halloween down the street, and we'll just chat about
Look
it.
for the baby.
Look for the baby mask. I'll be over there standing by it.
But not buying it.
No, because I get cheap. I'm like, oh, that would be so fun to.
You
And
could
then I'm
just
like,
hold
what
it
am I
up
going
in
to
the
do with it?
packaging in the store
Yeah,
and have
take
that
a picture, you're
experience.
good.
There he is.
Yeah.
You gotta just look at it longingly, and hopefully somebody would oh, you want
Send
that little
Amy
girl?
the baby
my
mask is
little
what we're
girl.
saying.
I
Go to your
used to
Spirit Halloween and buy
Yes.
Amy that damn
It's like-
baby mask.
I used to try to guilt people into giving me stuff all the time when I was a little kid. I was just telling this story yesterday about how I guilted some people into giving me Beatles records, but I was an adult. And I was just like, I wish I had these records. I would listen to these every single day. I mean, I would take the best care of them, and I really wish I had these. And they gave them to me.
So
Wow.
you're using like the wish philosophy but disingenuously, I guess.
Well, I did wish for them, and I did listen to them a lot.
You wished for them, but you were wishing that they would feel guilty by your wishes. at
Not
this point.
guilty, but just I wanted them to want to give it to me.
Oh, they. Okay.
Do you remember that one
I
time
didn't really want them to guilt.
when you were
I gotcha.
visiting your parents, and that guy had that astronaut pen, and you
Oh,
were
take
like, I
it.
like the pen.
It's a Seinfeld
Seinfeld
reference. It's
reference.
okay. So
Amy can do that now.
I want to get back to the housekeeping Patreon
Yeah,
stuff for a
Patreon.
moment,
Okay,
please.
yeah, sorry.
The Toltecs, which is the super nice material we're switching to. These will be sexy shirts.
You're going to like the way you look.
You're gonna love it.
He
And
guarantees
if you can up to the $10 level if you want, we already had one patron do that. Thank you very much.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah, I can get that mask.
You can and then you can get the shirt. You don't have to stay at that level forever. You do it, what's comfortable for you. You want the shirt? We won't hold it against you.
two
To
You know what's
do
funny,
it 1 month,
though?
2 months.
This is the new shirt coming out. It's new material.
New
we
material.
We
Yeah.
should pop up the. Were you ready to pop the images out there?
Well, I'm waiting to get an actual picture.
Oh yeah.
I want to get a picture of the proof
I see.
instead of just showing the image itself. I think this is more dramatic to see it on the item. Don't
You
you?
want proof?
Surprise!
Yeah.
It's gonna be a MAGA hat.
It's a
Wouldn't that be funny?
no.
Oh.
It's a baby mask.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
Patreon.com/NOTLP.
Yeah.
Things we need. Your shirt size if we don't have it. Mandy, we need you to pick your Halloween specials.
Are you
Yeah.
listening?
We need all patrons to listen to our fun content. What we got out there, baby?
Well, we have currently an episode of Origins.
Yeah, we just did that the other day.
We are going to have some stuff set to release while we're away this week.
Mm-hmm.
Amy and I are going to record a book coroner for We Sold Our Souls by Grady Hendrix.
So good. Spoiler alert.
We saw Hellfest and Hell House LLC 2.
Yeah.
Which one is
how was that?
Hellfest?
Whoa.
We didn't see Hellfest we did see.
Hellfest is the one in theaters right
That's the one in
now,
theaters. Then there's Bloodfest,
which is the one they showed at Horror Hound.
which is a different movie.
What's
I thought it
Hellfest?
was the same one.
No.
Hellfest is about the kids that go to the haunted house park place, and then
Isn't
there's
that
a
the-
real killer there.
That's kind of like the same
Oh.
plot as Bloodfest, isn't it?
Yes. The same plot as Funhouse Mask.
Is Hellfest the one with Robert England?
No.
No.
Tony Todd is in Hellfest.
Okay. Gotcha. And is Bloodhouse LLC
Hell House
Hell House
LLC.
LLC, is that the one that is it based on the first one? That's the one of the haunted house that
Yes.
gets okay.
Yeah.
Abaddon.
And what's
That was
the
a good
movie
one. I like
watched
the original one.
That was sort of the same thing,
House Fest.
where they were in the woods.
House Party?
I don't know.
Remember,
Flip
I
This
watched
House?
it for this show.
Shove it.
It was Fest.
It was
Take my wife,
yeah.
where they
please.
went to the woods. This just happened.
Into
I
the
don't
woods
remember
and out of the woods.
Kelley.
Oh, Ruin Me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Ruin Me, Kelly.
That's still a gross title. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I want
So,
stuff
yeah.
hanging out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna be.
I want to have to go to the ER.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna. I'm gonna put one of those things you put at the end of your handlebars. It's gonna be sticking out your butt.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
like
a
the
rainbow?
that blows around.
Yeah.
I want you to put bicycle baseball cards in my bicycle spokes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You're gonna be definitely making that
So-
slapping sound.
I want you to stand on my pegs.
Yeah.
What?
No
So
pig.
We've got some content coming your way if you're a patron.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Corn tent.
Yeah. I mean, there was other stuff there too.
That's where we keep the corn.
And then
I'm a
Speaking
sleepy
of that,
person.
the content, I know we've been reviewing the haunted houses as we've been going to them. I think we got a response from Kings Island because we knocked them for not having their sliders like they used to have.
And what they say?
And well, they didn't say NOTLP, but I think they did. I think it's
Yeah.
subversive, but
Yeah.
they're posting some things of their sliders on their Instagram page.
Ah,
So,
like
nice.
little hamburgers.
I think they're listening.
Little hamburgers. Well, the sliders are people who wear metal plates like on their knees and hands. They come at you. They slide across the
Oh,
concrete
right.
and they
I
create
gotcha.
sparks and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool illusion. We didn't
It's
see
neat.
any when we were there, so
Yeah.
now they blasted. So I think it's because they listened.
It was
Good
nice.
on you, Kings Island. We can
Yeah.
help it be better.
Oh, and the Lewisburg Haunted Cave. I really enjoyed our coverage and has been resharing it. But they did say that in the first quarter, the whole meth town speak was not appreciated so much. Just so you know.
we was kidding.
Yeah.
And we do what we want.
First quarter? Was
Plus,
that the
I
one
wasn't there.
from last year?
No, this year.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody said something. I think it was
Yeah, I
Andy.
think it was me.
Yeah. So he said they do not have a sense of humor about that up there.
Because all that.
Because all the men.
I'm just kidding.
They're not
So-
listening to this one.
Not this
Yeah.
one, just
I
that
don't
one.
know.
It
So-
was, though, even though if Andy did say it, we
I-
don't note that Andy also said that was his favorite haunt so far.
That's
So
true.
That's true.
it's give and take,
I'm
y'all.
gonna do one of those fake apologies. I'm sorry if you were offended.
I'm sorry if you took it.
You
the wrong
misspoke.
way.
Andy,
No,
give
I
a real
didn't.
apology.
I didn't misspeak. I'm just saying.
That's where Andy buys all of his meth.
I'm just saying.
He knows.
If you were offended, so I'm putting the onus on you, not on
Oh.
me.
Do you like that? Do you like how that works?
A
And
non-apology.
he
Reading.
just got a delivery of onus the other
Yeah.
day, so he has a lot of it.
He's reading How to Be an Asshole.
Yeah, you got.
All right, what else we got before we
Lighten up too. Come on.
move along?
Oh, Andy. Do you ever black out,
Freddie?
Andy? Do you?
I don't
Friday.
remember
Yeah.
because I was blacked out. I don't
Andy
care.
likes beer.
I don't care when the call is. I don't care when the call is flyover country.
Yeah,
What-
you
what'd you
don't?
say?
I hate that. I hate being called flyover country.
Oh. All right, what do you got, babe?
It insinuates nothing good's going on down
Swear
here.
to God, just trying to move this along.
I'm just saying, I had some
I haven't had
very
dinner
good
yet, and I am
steaks.
starting to get hangry.
You made Amy swear to God.
Besides Origins,
God.
yeah, Flaunt Your Haunt coverage, including Andy's controversial comments.
Ooh, you have to hear what it is to believe it.
You will never. Where do you see Andy now? You won't believe what he looks like.
Andy's apologizing, but for what?
Ooh, clickbait.
So that Origins episode was about Hero and the Terror, the Chuck Norris movie.
Oh,
That was a fun one.
was it?
Do you remember the movie? Do you remember the movie?
Not even a little bit.
Really? Oh, it was fun. It had the
I
guy
don't
who
remember.
played General Zod's henchman in it as a big serial killer character.
The one that didn't talk?
Yeah, and he broke people's necks.
I don't remember.
He broke a bunch of necks.
Was I on this show?
No.
You might not. You should watch
You
Hero and the
weren't.
Terror.
Oh, okay.
You'd enjoy it. I'm almost positive.
All right.
And we reviewed Searching, blah, blah, blah. Patreon's full of good stuff.
We got
We
stuff
don't
up
have
there.
to plug just one of Andy's insulting comments about an entire community of people.
So many.
There are like tons of them throughout all of these things.
We should have a greatest hits.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the next first time.
Yeah, Time Life is going to put that out. It's going to be
Yeah.
very, very controversial.
Is that Andy comments, man?
Hi, I'm Bowser from Shanana.
Turn it up.
You remember these comments from Andy?
Okay. Well, my little grinning ghosts.
Uh-huh.
Come out to socialize.
We're gonna move this along, and we, and all of us should be back in a second. I got distracted. Sorry.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for straight to video Russian Roulette.
Yea, though we walk through the valley of donuts,
Oh.
I shall fear no sprinkles.
Was
I
that
would
the tagline?
love a donut.
That's.
Because the crawler walks beside. I don't know the.
But what if they
prayer.
were killer donuts? Would that make you want them anymore?
Are they delicious?
No.
Then no.
Neither is the movie.
Oh no! Are you telling me?
I know.
Are you telling me?
Yeah.
That Attack of the Killer Donuts
Yeah.
was it a good movie?
I'm telling you, Attack of the Killer Donuts was. It was more like
You hate
so
me.
if you really want a donut and donut shops are closed, so you go to your local grocery store and get
Yeah.
those donuts that are like in the prepackaged. You know,
Yeah, like
those
a
are
Krispy
always
Kreme
disappointing.
box.
Like if
Yeah.
somebody says I brought donuts, but they're the white powder donut, you like them. Andy's gonna
I
tell
love
us.
that.
No,
White powder
Walmart
donut.
has really good donuts.
You like. You just gotta
I'm
be
not,
that in a tray.
I'm not talking about those like little Hostess ones in the bag.
I love those.
Now, what I will say
Yeah,
is
Amy
the
does,
chocolate Entenmann's or
Yeah, the chocolate
Little Gem
yeah.
donuts, those are okay.
Yeah, little
Little
chocolate
gems.
donuts.
But they are not preferable
Mike's
to a
talking
dozen
about
fresh baked
You're
donuts.
talking about like the super dry,
Yes.
like you were instantly dehydrated the
Oh,
minute
the,
you
like,
finished
like
one.
the ones you get in
Let's
the
make 'em-
Kroger ones.
at
And
the
instead
gas
of
station.
Yes.
instead of a hole, they have a puckered anus in the middle of them.
Yes.
They got
That's
the pack
exactly-
of 6.
Yeah.
Right?
Like that's not a donut.
Right.
This is a donut. So Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Yes.
I'm gonna spoil it because there's not much to be spoiled.
You go
They're,
right
they're
ahead.
spoiled donuts. That's why I'm spoiling it.
Oh.
So basically, I actually I'm going to start with what I liked about this movie. Is I thought that all of the characters, that the actors in this film, did a really good job. And I think it's
Good job, actors.
trying to be a gross out comedy,
Yeah.
but with a really low budget, maybe. But the main girl and the main boy in this film were very charming, and they did a really good job at selling it. And I didn't fall asleep. I wasn't bored mostly, so it was okay. It was kind of a gross out film for what they were trying to do. The problem with the film is really the donuts. So the premise.
Which, let's be honest,
Yeah.
that's what you're building your film around,
Right.
according to the title.
Yes.
Ew, was it a bunch of Boston cream? Gross.
I love a Boston
Those are
cream.
delicious.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
no, get your custard out of my fucking face.
I
No,
do like a Boston cream. I like cream or custard, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not my favorite.
And take your
Right.
jelly.
I'd rather have a regular old donut.
I like
to
a
the
good old
fucking
General
trash can.
custard
Do,
donut.
do you mean like a glazed, Kelly?
I see what you mean.
A yeast, a cake, a
Yeah.
glazed,
love a cake
chocolate
donut.
frosted yeast
yeah.
donut.
I love a Boston cream with the Bavarian cream in the middle and the chocolate on
I do like a
top.
long. If I'm gonna get a cream filled, I'll
You
get a long john.
Yeah.
But mostly, I don't prefer filled donuts.
What about the ones that? I'm sorry, Mike.
No, please.
But this has got me thinking about
Enjoy
donuts.
it.
Those powdered donuts that Dunkin' Donuts sells. Nobody else makes this
I
one, but
hate Dunkin' Donuts.
that's okay. These are good though.
Dunkin'
They have these donuts that are the powdered on the outside, but they have the pocket in the middle, and it's full of. They do chocolate cream
I like the vanilla cream.
and the vanilla cream. They're both fantastic.
I don't.
Yeah?
Care for, I don't really care for that.
Yeah,
I find them very dry.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they are for some reason.
Yeah.
Dunkin' is a little drier, I think.
yeah,
than,
your coffee's fucking water,
Oh.
and donuts aren't great.
Don't
Sorry.
even try to
Don't
talk to
even.
me while you're drinking a Dunkin' Donuts
Don't it
coffee.
even. Okay.
Gross.
Yeah.
because it just dribbles out of their mouth.
It's like somebody. It's like they just go and dip it in a puddle in the street, and then they
Oh,
put
yeah,
a
that
lid
makes
on it and
sense.
hand it to you.
But Dunkin' has the best donut holes, though.
I do
Yeah.
like a munchkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the donut holes. I'm into the
They
donut
are.
holes.
yeah,
That's
Dunkin' Donuts coffee
That's
is
the best
awful.
part of Dunkin' Donuts, the little munchkins.
they're good. I like Dunkin'. I like Dunkin's coffee. I like Dunkin's donuts.
Well, you know what? With like donuts in general, I love donuts. This is my favorite pastry, probably. But there are varying degrees of loving that donut. Much
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah,
pizza.
I'm a cheese
Yeah.
Danish girl.
Yeah, I'll
Love
eat
it.
a Dunkin' if I have to, but if I have my druthers, it would be Servati all day.
Cervati's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
day.
Zervati is the best.
Let me ask you a
Hey,
question.
listeners, that's a local.
Oh, there is one other I've had that's better, but I can't remember the name of the
Bakery.
place.
Silverton Donuts.
I don't think so. It had like a lady's name.
Mm.
Is that-
All
Is
right.
it the ones I bought you before?
Those were really good too.
Look,
But somebody at work brought
Okay.
some.
Let me-
Anyway, yeah.
let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they bake donuts all goddamn day? Why do you have to get somewhere at 8 or 7 or 6 in the morning if you want to get like they're like, you want to get these donuts, you better get here early. Well, make them all fucking day. You're open all day. Make them all day. What
I
the
can
hell?
speak to that.
Yes.
I've actually interviewed a donut shop owner.
I am genuinely excited to hear this.
Yes. And she said that one of the most difficult things about owning a donut shop is that they have to start at like 3 o'clock in the morning to make those donuts. And donuts don't stay great donuts for a long period of time. So basically, if you wanted to have donuts all day long, you'd have to have an endless cycle of baking donuts. And here's the other thing. When you're baking the donuts, it's not necessarily like appealing to the people that are in there. So you would have to almost bake the donuts off-site, because you're going to smell all like grease and oil and whatnot. And then it starts smelling good when the donuts are done. Because this donut shop owner said specifically one of the things she hates about being a donut shop worker, she loves donuts. But when she's around, people always say, I smell donuts. Not because they know she's a donut shop and they're trying to be insulting, but because like the donut smell permeates her skin.
Yeah.
So-
Any
Is that
food
a bad
service
thing,
job.
though?
You want to smell
After
like
a while.
It's hot grease, is what.
I would love
The
to smell
smell.
like
I want
a
to
donut
tell
all
you
the
two
time.
things, Mike.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, first of all,
Yeah?
for providing an answer to a question that I genuinely have been like furiously wondering for a
Good.
long time.
Yeah.
Furiously.
Secondly, and this isn't to you because it's not what you said, but like those are just excuses. Keep making those donuts. I don't give a shit what it smells like.
Don't you feel like
I want donuts at 7 p.m. Make the goddamn donuts.
That's next year's T-shirt. That quote. Keep making those donuts. I don't give a shit what it smells like.
I don't care. Have a drive-through. Don't fucking let people in.
I feel like though throughout your day, like your desire for donuts is supposed to, like if you're still desiring a donut at 7 p.m., it's supposed to turn into a Cinnabon. I don't know. Maybe this is me.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I want donuts all the time. I don't
me
see
too.
it as a morning food.
Same. I don't even want to eat in the morning.
Donuts are though, like donuts for me are the one thing I will eat until I'm sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Me
So,
too.
Mike, it looks like
Can I
this
eat 2
movie.
dozen donuts?
This movie takes place at night.
Night.
Explain that.
So,
Yeah, we are back on track. Here
there's
we
a
go.
hole in your theory right there.
Oh.
What's not Mike's theory? It's what that lady told him.
Well,
Don't
that's
blame
because-
Mike.
Is this what happens when the donuts sit around
It's
too long?
because they're Attack of the Killer Donuts, so maybe they just get active at night.
Is that
Big
what it
yeast.
is?
Kind of.
If you don't eat them by nighttime, there's like gremlins.
Yeah, so basically the kid that works at a donut shop, he is he works at a donut shop, and his grandpa is a mad scientist, and his grandpa has figured out how to come up with a back to life serum kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, like you do.
Yeah, like reanimator stuff. And he's got this gigantic syringe like you would find at Spirit Halloween. It looks exactly like that, like what you would think it would look like. And it's got this neon green stuff in it. And some of it through madcap zany accidents.
It's a reanimator reagent. Yeah,
Yes.
they just and a real big one.
Some of the reanimator juice gets into the donut making process. And so the donuts start to come to life. And when donuts come to life, I guess what happens is instead of being delicious treats, they become real flat, computer animated things that look more like bagels, but with plastic teeth in the middle of their holes. So they get teeth in their holes.
Do they have eyes? Do they develop eyes?
I don't remember eyes. I remember like plastic teethy looking things.
Donut doesn't need eyes.
And they're real bagel-y looking.
There you go, Andy.
Doesn't that look more like a bagel to you than a donut? Oh, I guess that one's kind of glazy.
Unpopular opinion time.
Mm-hmm.
I will always pick a bagel over a donut.
That's not true.
That is true. That is an
I
unpopular.
love bagels
opinion.
too.
I mean, I love bagels, but
And everything bagel?
like bagel
Are
butts?
you shitting me
I love
right now?
bagel butts.
I
I
would-
cannot lie.
I'll usually pick a hot soft pretzel over either one.
That's nice. So they're evil. Do they kill?
They do kill.
Okay, are they giant? Because I feel like
No.
it'd be easy to defeat a killer donut.
Well, they hoard up, and so the thing that you don't really
like tribbles.
Yes. There are tons of donuts, and the way that this shop owner, this donut shop never has any customers, and they joke about how does it stay in business? But it seems like all they really do is whenever somebody has a problem, is they give them a giant box of donuts, and so those giant box of donuts ends up becoming killers, and they can kill. And so one of the surprise guest appearances is C. Thomas Howell, who plays one of the police officers who gets this box of donuts. His partner, Roger, his name, Hammerstein.
For the musical fans.
Weird.
But I'm not exactly sure there was any musical aspects to this movie.
Attack of the Killer.
Yeah. So, lots of donuts, just kind of they more also. It's hard to say that there's not like again it's gross out, but the donuts more just kind of latch onto people and they seem to struggle. You know, So like it's a donut stuck to their face, and then every once in a while they'll pull the donut off, and maybe there's skin missing, or maybe it's not. But usually it's just an actor hamming it up by being attacked by a donut.
This sounds like a movie that didn't need to be made.
Did anybody give a Jaws style speech in it, like a Quint style speech?
Yeah,
I had a feeling. I had a feeling.
Was it
Yeah,
the 4th
Like an
of
old
July?
drunk guy, maybe.
yeah.
I
How'd
haven't
you
seen
know?
this. I haven't seen this.
Yeah,
It was Robert Shaw.
Just saying,
They
it's
gave
the
him
sort
the
of
reagent.
thing that I would see them doing.
Yeah, and there are weird jokes that are really good for people who are horror film fans or movie fans in general, because they're kind of throwaway jokes that you go, if you knew, you would go, oh yeah, that's like reminiscent of that's from that film, or that's from that film. So it seemed that the people who made this clearly love films and love the genre. It was an okay movie. It was okay. There was some, I guess a lot of it was supposed to be funny, and I didn't. Maybe I smiled. I smiled a couple times.
Aw.
I got some good smiles.
Did you go, oh, that's
Yeah,
supposed to be funny?
but I did love the actors. I thought the actors were great. C. Thomas Howell has like a farting issue in the movie that just kind of comes off as awkward, because I feel like he's better than that. But
I thought
maybe
you were
not. I don't
like,
know.
he has that problem
Yeah,
for real.
he in general has that. Well, he plays a jerk cop.
Farting issue.
Yeah. Well, he thinks it's really funny to fart and
It
then
is.
walk away and like notice that.
Oh, that just sounds about
He's
right
got like
for
a-
this type of movie.
Yeah.
So he's got maybe a developmental problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that I do.
You do?
It.
Is that what you just
I
said?
think farts are funny.
I think it was made for people.
But do you go around like in your professional life
No.
and go, "Dude, you smell that?"
No,
I think there's a way that a fart can be funny, and then
Oh,
there's
sure.
a way that a fart can be kind of more of an asshole douchebag move.
Yeah, at
but-
work.
Yeah.
A fart can be a weapon.
When you're a
Fart can be
police
a
officer,
weaponized.
especially and you're at work,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to solve crimes.
Don't go boofing on your coworkers,
But-
all right?
Special shout out to Justin Ray, who played Johnny Wentworth, the main lead, and Kayla Compton, who played Michelle Keister. In the movie, because I thought they were incredibly charming. I would watch them do more movies. I think they could lead films that would be in a theatrical place and not films like this.
Aw.
So I thought they did a great job.
Remember The Outsiders?
Yeah,
That had
Yeah.
C. Thomas Howell in it. He was
It sure
Pony
did.
Boy, yeah.
yeah.
That was the last time he was good at something.
What does this C stand for?
You want to see him run? You want to see him in other movies?
That's just Thomas.
Tom.
Hey, there's Thomas Howell. See him. Yeah. I'm gonna look up
Yeah.
see what the C stands for.
Soul Man.
All right, you
Soul
do
Man,
that.
everybody.
Oh, was that him?
Yeah.
I forgot about
That's,
that.
yep.
I mean, I remembered the movie. I forgot he was in it.
Oof.
Close to an hour and 40 minutes.
He wants you
Oh,
to
wow.
forget that too.
been
Yeah.
better, maybe a little bit over an hour.
Yeah.
That had been a better film.
Probably could have
Mm-hmm.
donated that
Man.
money.
Stands for Christopher.
Oh.
Oh,
All right. Well, thank you, Mike.
no problem.
I got a movie
Ish.
gun.
Mm-hmm.
I got a movie bullet.
Okay.
Freddie,
Yes, ma'am.
put this in your mouth.
He's like, whatever you say.
You're dead.
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ, alrighty.
That's what you get for making a tongue sound.
Yeah. So don't fucking do that again.
This is rigged.
What?
It's Diana rigged.
This is revenge. This is revenge on part of the Clintons.
This I noticed.
So many Kavanaugh jokes.
We're so topical.
Hey, they're real late. I mean, like, who cares, right? At
I
this point.
care.
I mean, I care about
Oh, but, like,
this
the
is,
jokes.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I mean.
Malevolent. This is a Netflix
Okay.
movie.
This was just recommended to me on my
Oh, yeah?
email like 2 times.
Oh wow, that's good.
Well, I don't know if it is, but
Well,
it was recommended to me by Netflix.
Directed by a guy named Olaf. So
Oh, well.
you know, anything that happens in St. Olaf. A brother-sister team who fake paranormal encounters for cash get more than they bargained for when a job at a haunted estate turns very, very real.
Oh, it's that story again.
Is it animated?
No, I don't know. I'm not in charge.
St. Olaf, is that a Golden Girls reference?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, like your
Oh, this is
shirt.
something
Amy
else.
ties it all together.
Amy
There was
ties it
an
all
animated
together.
movie also named Malevolent that was released this year.
Oh,
I found the right one though.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
We don't
thank
want
you.
another Truth or Dare debacle.
No.
Gosh.
We ended up watching the made-for-TV Truth or Dare the other night.
We talked about it already on the
Yeah.
show. We don't have much
Was
to
that
talk
not long
about.
ago?
Yeah. These shoelaces
I'm
you
all
bought
messed
me.
up. They're really working out.
Really working out. Okay, everybody, we'll be right back.
Hey, this week's main attraction, we continue our Halloween TV specials. Up first, Mike's pick, Tiny Toons Night Ghoulery from 1995. The year of our Lord.
Good stuff, right?
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you.
And I want everyone to understand, because I feel like I might be the minority here.
No.
I love Animaniacs.
Yeah, Andy's the minority.
Yeah.
But I love Tiny Toon Adventures better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
I feel that's pretty standard.
I feel like
Thoughts?
I always hear the
Yeah.
opposite. I feel like everybody's like, they're like Animaniacs better.
No,
Aren't they connected
Oh, no.
somehow?
Well, they're the same people.
Yeah, because
And it's the same characters crossover, right?
Pinky and the Brain showed up in this one.
yeah,
Pinky
the
did.
brain was.
Yeah,
Their brain.
but
Yeah.
So I love Tiny Toons.
You loaf them?
I love them because I remember as a kid this being the first time that I ever, as a whatever I was when Tiny Toons would have been on TV.
A young Mike.
17.
Yeah. I thought it was super smart
I
because
feel like it was 8th, 9th grade for me when Tiny Toon Adventures came on.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah, I
mic
was
is way
probably-
too far from your mouth, sir.
I feel like it was 8th or 9th grade for me when Tiny
You
Toons
didn't have
came
to
on.
repeat yourself.
yeah.
That's what happens when you scold
Yeah, I
me
think
about
I feel like
my
it was
microphone.
middle school or pre-middle school, but
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, definitely.
I feel
middle
like this
school.
before Scream or before anything. Like this was my first introduction to meta. Like
Yeah.
Tiny Toons
Yeah.
was super meta. Take things that you loved or whatever and turn them on
But
their ear.
I understand that, but I don't know who it was made for.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking
yeah.
last night, I was like, kids are too dumb for this.
Because kids, the way that it was like geared toward, I feel was like a lot younger kids, and all the references were pretty like from old movies and stuff.
My favorite, the Telltale Vacuum, was like just way too above, any 8th grader's
This is
head.
that beautiful meshing of things for older people who are forced to watch this with their children, because it's goofy and colorful and loud. And
But what you say?
goofy.
I feel like it would have. I feel like it
Goofy
did
two
work
times.
for me on that same level when I was in the 8th grade.
I
Maybe
thought
it did for
I
some
thought I
of
was
us.
I
so
think
smart.
the difference now is like if you had something like this now, entertainment's compartmentalized by your age a lot more now than it was when this show originally ran. Like I was watching 60 Minutes in 2020 with my mom and dad.
Same, yeah.
Oh,
No, yeah. They
Because you got one TV.
That's true.
Right.
You were gonna watch whatever the family was watching. So
Less
I
options.
when they came out with an Andy Rooney joke in this, like I think kids our age would have gotten it.
Right.
This came out in '95, so yeah, again I was 17.
Yeah.
So like,
Well,
but
and
the
this special,
series is
yeah.
older.
Yeah, the special was after the series was really no longer on TV.
Right.
So
So to speak specifically to the jokes in this, yeah, obviously we would have gotten them probably pretty easily because we were bridging that
but
gap.
I feel like even the references, they were just references, and they didn't have anything to do with what was going on.
Example.
They were just tossing things out like willy nilly.
Babs Bunny does she does a
The
lot
Chevy
of
Chase
like
show joke.
Yeah.
the Chevy Chase show joke, or
Quips.
like she does a lot of quips on like Dinty Moore and
Just because you get the references doesn't mean they're good references. They have to have some context.
Well, they probably did at the time.
They
Well,
did.
Yeah.
I felt like the Chevy Chase joke one that was just about network executives being a low life form.
Well, and that would have been during the huge time of like when David Letterman and all of the people were fighting Jay Leno over the network shows. That would have been relevant at that time, and I think that's why I loved Tiny Toons, because at that time that I was watching, and I felt like this was a show that wasn't. I don't know in my brain if I was going, well, most children's television talks down to me, but this was like a smart not educational, but this was like a smart, sophisticated humor for a
was still
kid's brain,
funny.
and it was still funny.
Yeah.
Just looking back on it, I was just exhausted.
Yeah.
Because like watching, I had a headache because it was just so much going on.
Watching
like-
it now,
Yeah.
did you like it as a kid?
Dehydrated?
Huh?
Were you
I
dehydrated?
was drinking.
Did you stay high?
I was in the bathtub while watching it. That's how hydrated I was.
Had you had something to eat? Did you eat lunch that
Yeah.
day?
It was just so much, and combined with all the kiddie gags of things falling on people. I mean, things falling on things, and
You don't like
explosions.
cartoons, is what you're saying.
No, I like
think that's what he's
cartoons,
saying.
but it was just a lot to take, right?
Yeah.
I enjoy this on a very genuine level.
I do too.
It's like,
I love this.
why does a piano fall on somebody out of nowhere?
I'm just saying, well, combined with everything else, it was just a lot.
So they do riffs on. Oh, okay.
Sorry, but this is just at the heart of cartoons.
But that's just so kiddie-ish, and when you try to make it, there are these adult references that
yeah.
don't jibe with what's going on. It was just kind of confusing to me.
Okay. I accept that.
Because I was so busy trying to take it. I like the things falling on stuff, but I needed like a little less of it. Combined with all the references they're tossing at me, it was just sensory overload.
Did you feel bad for the coyote and the fuel?
It was so cute.
It was cute.
Yeah, they riffed on Duel,
That was great,
Yeah.
too.
which was a great little.
The truck was really dead on. Like
It was.
his car. Of course, it is Steven Spielberg's. You know, it
Yeah.
should be.
It's his
the
show.
details on
Yeah.
fuel should definitely be like.
I love when he goes
spot
to
on.
the diner and the truck is in there drinking a milkshake.
Yeah.
I like when he calls for help and he just holds his signs up.
and he realizes that the operator can't hear.
I love this because it was there were like you knew they were referencing like horror films that we still love to this day. I mean, like slaughtered lamb.
The slaughtered lamb was great.
Is in there, which is that's not kid stuff. I mean, that's something that they're certainly going for multiple levels with that.
Oh yeah,
And
I love the Night Gallery wraparound.
That's what I was just about to say. It was spot on the old show, which when we get to it later, like I picked an episode of Night Gallery for one of mine, which is funny because just to see how dead on, because I've been revisiting that series. I'm like, wow, they nailed it.
Yeah.
And they even cut like with the way that they were cutting and editing some of those pieces. Like it's very much like a love letter to like Night Gallery.
Amy, you love letters.
I like it in my terms.
Oh, okay.
I just found Babs kind of shrill.
Yeah.
What was everybody's favorite?
It's funny you never said that about Bugs
Interesting.
or Buster.
Yes, sir.
Was he even in this episode?
Briefly, he was the straight man in the Abbott and Costello one.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, what was everyone's favorite? I'm gonna start.
Okay.
And I mentioned a moment ago it was the Telltale Vacuum.
That was so
I thought it
cute.
was pretty great.
That's mine too.
I just love the way I love Plucky keeping up with the Edgar Allan Poe style just speech through the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute.
We're not gonna go over every single one, are we? Because there's
No.
like
Every single one of your favorites.
No,
I
there's
like
like-
you hate it already, Andy.
I like
but-
Fuel. I
there's
think
like
that was my
20
favorite.
different shorts in this thing.
Well, yeah, there was just the references to a whole shit ton of horror movies, the Abbott and Costello thing. Yeah,
Because if we
Telltale
went over every
Heart.
single one, we'd be recording until like 9 o'clock.
We're not.
No, we're just
going
telling
to.
about our favorites. Did you have a favorite?
Well,
He's
I guess-
like a different show.
I guess the
He was like the one when
I'm really surprised. I love like this to
Yeah.
me was like 2, and I had forgotten that it was a Halloween special. I didn't realize, so it wasn't like your typical like I think the Tiny Toons would have been more like 20 minutes or 25 minutes or something
Yeah.
like that. This was a 45 minutes, so that 2 was something special to come back to. Because that's like give me more.
The
Obviously, you
problem
had
is
a different
the
reaction.
problem is it reminded me of like DreamWorks movies, like very Shrek
I
Yeah.
love Shrek.
and other movies like that where they think they're smarter than they actually are.
I watched Shrek the other day and I was like, this is such a fucking goddamn
No,
good
it-
movie.
It's like I feel like
I like Shrek.
Shrek and DreamWorks movies, they just toss everything at the wall, see what sticks.
It's it's like the opposite of the way Disney works, where Disney tries to ensure timelessness in their work usually.
Shrek is
Where-
pretty fun. Shrek was great.
But it is very much of the time it was released, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But this is Animaniacs is the same thing. Where
They're Tiny Toons.
or Tiny
They're
Toons. I
tiny.
meant.
They're toony. They're all a little loony.
okay.
Yeah.
I will.
And
I
in
will
this
say that
cartoony, they're
the Chevy that's I keep saying it's the one I remember the best. The Chevy Chase show. You're right. It's not it's not a reference that translates now.
Yeah.
But Shrek is a great movie.
Well,
It's not necessarily that it translates right now, but it does take you back
But it
to
works.
place.
No,
'Cause
it
I'm
worked for
going,
me
like,
because
was a
I
time
remember
capsule.
it. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Looney Tunes, the Warner Brothers stuff was always kind of of whatever era it was dealing with.
Yeah, and I'm not a kid now, so I got
Say
all the
what?
references, so it
Yeah.
worked for me.
Yeah.
My favorite was the Abbott and Costello.
That was also really great. They were all really great.
It was really cute.
The
Funny.
just real quick before everyone else tells their favorites, the animation is so beautiful. That is a thing I will have to say about most cartoons today, especially ones that are aimed at children, except for the ones on the Disney Channel, which are some of them are still animated really well.
Yeah.
But they just don't put the time and effort into animating kids shows anymore that they used
Trying
to.
to crank them out.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
I think we've all talked about our faves, so we can move on if you'd like.
Yeah.
I do want to have one little piece of trivia I thought was interesting. Did you when they did the Night of the Living Doll and they have all the doll people coming at the house? the super fan.
Yeah.
That was based on a real fan that was stalking one of the voice actors.
Oh.
And like apparently he was actually she quit going to conventions like within so many miles of where he lived because he got so intense.
Wow.
But they drew him in. They said like it's his likeness.
I'm gonna have to Wikipedia that later.
Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting. And did anybody else also think that some of those were a little scarier than you remembered them being?
Well, it was pretty dark.
Yeah, it was dark.
The Elvira one, or Elmira, sorry. Elmira with the brain and like Elmira getting her comeuppance and like she's being tortured. Like that's kind of your Eli Roth of the Tiny Toon shorts.
Well, like when the pig, what's his name?
Hampton.
When he turned Daffy.
Oh, into a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And then he says now the attachments.
That's pretty. That's like a Tales from the Crypt type thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
The extra little twist.
Yeah, because then he was like, now the attachments, and those are going up his butt.
Yeah,
for sure.
The sexual.
I mean, I like those parts, but I feel like a lot of the humor is from like, hey, look at these cute characters doing these adult things, and I think you need more than that instead of like, hey, like the weird things they're doing. That's just my opinion. I know,
no, it's okay.
You're
guys are
entitled
looking
to
at
your
me.
opinion.
It's like I walk in the slaughtered lamb right now. And you guys just all looking at me like,
no.
I can't even hear the words you're saying.
I don't even
We're worried that you're
I'm
going to
sorry
go
it
on the
made you
moors.
feel that way, Andy.
you should be.
I loved it, and this is probably like now that I was having a hard time finding it, I was really glad that you found it on Hulu, and I didn't know it was on Hulu.
I found it.
Oh, was
you
it?
ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Can't even do
Freddie
shit.
took credit for that.
I take credit for a lot of things.
Because there were some, the cut that I watched of it had a couple extra things in it that I don't think were in the original, or at least there weren't in the Hulu one with the opening from Nightmare Before Christmas. Did anybody see? Okay, so that was just...
Yeah, it was missing from the one.
Yeah,
and I didn't even remember it, but there was a play on Nightmare Before Christmas on Tiny Toons, which I thought was interesting because, Disney and Looney Tunes would have always had that like rivalry growing up.
I wonder if that's why it was cut from the release on Hulu.
Maybe. And there's also a serial killer one. And again, it might have been because there were a ton of Tiny Toons episodes. So there was one in the one I watched online. I'm sure it was illegal cut, but I watched of a serial killer one that it's really a lot of Jason in it, and so I'm also wondering if that one got cut.
I wish I had watched that one.
Yeah.
Now.
So
was that on YouTube?
Daily Motion, I think.
Daily Motion. That's the
where I
list.
saw it, but you have to watch it in parts. But yeah, so that was in the one. But then I watched it again with the Hulu, which is a much better
quality,
much better quality. But those two aren't in it.
Oh,
could have been because
somebody
whoever put that in the Daily Motion took it from other episodes. Because Tiny Toons did do quite a few
Halloween episodes.
Well, not necessarily Halloween, but darker episodes. They did. So
what did you think of the one character popping up like Freddy Krueger in the opening credits? And I'm like, that's a pedophile character right there.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, everybody loved it.
At that time,
Yeah.
we
It's just funny to think. It'd be like
was best on children's toys.
It'd be
right?
like the old French lady from Martyrs turning up on something now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So then
They're very much alike.
Yeah.
I picked an episode of the Goldbergs, and they always do really great Halloween episodes. And in fact, they've teased this year that Robert Englund's going to play Freddy Krueger,
A pedophile.
Peter.
In
Not
there-
Robert England, but Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. Yes. Robert Englund's a fine man.
Seems like a sweet man.
I hope.
Yes.
So that's coming up soon. But I picked an episode. Was it season 4 or 5? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's from season 4, episode 5.
Stefan King.
Yeah, Stefan.
I love this episode so very, 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 very much. I wanted to real quickly. I wanted to talk about
Yeah, you said there was an error.
the monk up.
The monk up.
It's only
They mucked it up.
They mucked it up. They did this in Friends too when they were talking about The Shining. See, people talk about Stephen King books and forget that the movies are different.
Yeah.
There's this moment where he compares. They do a parallel to Misery, and she comes in with like this block, and he says, "You're not gonna break my ankles like in Misery."
yeah.
But in the book, she doesn't break his ankles. She
cuts
cuts his foot off.
Yeah.
Whoops!
You know what?
Oh, Goldbergs!
You got served, son.
But I love this episode.
Well,
with all
I
my
feel that
heart.
was just because I don't think most people have read the book.
No, but that's
Yeah.
a fuck
Most
up.
people have seen the movie,
Yeah.
so it's more for the general audience.
Well,
Here's a little piece of trivia for you. The guy who directed this episode was one of the producers of the new It movie.
Oh, well done.
I just want to throw that out there. Go ahead, Amy. Sorry.
The thing about the Goldbergs is that it takes place in 1980 something.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what's fun about it, is they mix everything together.
the timeline is never correct. Don't worry about it. That is not the point. So maybe he was referencing the movie because they had seen the movie.
No, he wasn't, because he
talking
read
about-
all the books.
He read all
He
the
was
books.
saying it was his favorite of the
I
books.
was trying at him.
He didn't say anything about watching the movie Misery. It never
So-
came out.
Also, it didn't come out until 1990.
So
The
Adam,
movie.
oh
Thank you.
goddamn,
You're
So-
welcome, Kelley.
So Adam being the kid, he's a little doll baby.
Mhm.
He's a little schmoo.
He's a little schmoopsy poo.
He wants to write a story like his hero Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
So he sits down and he writes it, and his mom finds it.
You know, I want a quick aside. I love when he's like pulling off the Stephen King books off the shelf, and he had the classic title.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Cover artwork.
Yeah,
I just love that little
They did
that
good.
little touch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His mom reads it. She thinks it's
the
fantastic.
Beaverly.
The
Or
Weberly.
the Beaverly. But at one point I thought she said the Beaverly.
No, she said the Weberly.
But I thought at one point she said the Beaverly.
But I don't think that ever happened.
because it confused me.
Yeah, I thought I heard
So-
Beaverly at one point,
well,
too.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you all did. She makes her book club read the story because she thinks it's so great and her son is so talented, and they all read it and they come back and they're like, dude, did you not realize this is about you?
More importantly, though, they did say it was good.
They said it was good,
More importantly to me.
but it's about a monster called the Weberly that, is the momster.
Sometimes they call it the Beaverly.
And she didn't realize that it was about how much she smothers and tortures her son with her smothering
Mm-hmm.
because she's a smother.
Mm-hmm.
And so the misery stuff plays out with her forcing him to rewrite it so that the Weberly is a nice,
Well,
friendly monster.
I loved how she didn't get that it was obviously her
Yeah.
when the references were so obvious.
She's a very, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's delusional a little
She's
bit.
just not,
She's not
yeah,
self-aware.
Yeah.
she's not self-aware.
Because at one
She
point
needs a mindfulness bell.
yeah.
he describes like the monster as this monster with blonde hair that wears colorful sweaters.
Yeah.
She walks in with her big hair and colorful sweater.
Yeah.
And she just still doesn't know it's her.
Yeah.
I love her sweater though. I have one
Oh,
of
yeah.
those. She's me.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
thought about that
You need to
subplot.
feather your hair, Andy. I think
There's
that's a good idea.
Subplot with the sister being in love with a boy, but he's dating somebody else, and then she's trying to angle him to do a couple's costume thing in the Halloween party, and really great Audrey and Seymour costumes, and then Audrey 2 costume.
I love Barry.
And Barry.
Big Tasty is just my favorite, my absolute favorite.
JTP!
My heart goes out to him all just constantly.
Yeah.
I root for that kid,
Don't be
man.
the Barry.
I root for that kid.
I'm the Barry. The Goldbergs is so fucking good.
It is.
And they just go all in on the stuff I love about sitcoms. And they
Mm-hmm.
have their Halloween episodes, and they do their big, like
Oh, it's sweet, but
Thanksgiving.
it's funny.
And they always come together as a family at the end, and I don't care how unrealistic you want if you want darkness and hell and
Go
all
watch
of your
Shameless.
go watch Shameless. But if you want love and cozy and affection and goodness,
Which I do.
you watch the fucking Goldbergs, you
Which I do.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, Amy, thanks for picking this one because I'd never watched an episode of The Goldbergs, so this was it just could not seem less appealing to me as a television show to watch.
Yeah?
Yeah,
you think
really
it was-
couldn't.
He doesn't like how many anvils fall on people.
Did you think it was about the wrestlers family?
Twisted
Yeah.
my words.
Yeah. But I love this, and it made me want to go back and start
I highly
watching
recommend
Goldbergs.
it.
Have you seen the episodes where Goldberg turns up?
I feel like I have
Yeah.
at least seen one of
The
them.
wrestler girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on it.
He plays a gym teacher or whatever. Or
Is it
coach.
is it based on him?
No.
Oh.
No, the Adam Goldberg's not. I don't
Okay.
think they're related at all.
No.
Yeah.
No,
don't-
she reminds me a lot of like a nicer Roseanne.
Yes.
I don't know, it's very sitcom-y. That everybody has their little roles, their tropes.
Yeah.
But like I've only seen that one episode that you guys showed me where they go to the restaurant.
Oh, that one made me squirm.
That's not the episode I should have started on because
No.
these are kind of horrible people.
Well, you were seeing them through their daughter's mortified eyes.
but
That was
still,
the point of that episode.
But I guess it was kind of cringeworthy because it was so relatable.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I feel my mom did a lot of that stuff at restaurants too.
Is this show still on television?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's
Just
still running.
started.
Mhm.
What season?
I think it's on 6 now.
Six.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
All right.
Does
you
he-
start with season 1?
I would.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm in.
it's
I loved
fun.
it.
Pops is also awesome. He's probably my
Yeah.
second favorite.
George Segal.
George Segal.
There's some great nostalgia triggers in there, and there are things that'll make you go crazy because they assign a random year in the 80s to every episode.
yeah.
Regardless of if one takes place before the other.
Yeah.
Like shit that didn't happen until 1988, maybe in season 1.
I actually love that about it. Like, that doesn't drive me crazy. I love feeling like
It's part of the joke.
The 80s in this show is just an amalgam. It's like, you can't place what year this shit happened. So you're like, I was playing Contra and listening to Appetite for Destruction and reading Misery. And, you know.
That's how my memory of the 80s works. Everything is like
it's
one
on
big blob.
That's the conceit, I think.
It's on purpose, like, because we remember the 80s, like you're saying, as like
Right.
It's like the song says, you know, your memories get clearer.
Yeah.
The moment where the dad is taking is going to the bathroom
and he doesn't have anything to read
9 to
in there.
16 minutes.
Yes, and he picks up Cujo, and it's like you can almost see that, like the toilet books that are just used to be sitting like that. People now growing up probably have no idea what a good toilet reading is all about because we have our iPhones.
If you come to my house,
but
I always have a book out.
What were those called? Like the Big John bathroom readers?
Or 50 most like toilet. I can see the cover. Like
chicken soup for the shitting soul.
That's exactly
there was always that.
Chicken poop.
Or your Entertainment Weeklies in there.
It wasn't like a 80s chill out, but it was more just like just tickles your 80s knobs.
Yeah.
So.
It twisted my knobs.
It twisted my 80s knobs. I loved it.
Okay, now does his voice ever change ever?
Yeah, this season.
Adams?
Has he ever?
I thought it's been I feel like it changed from the beginning.
It's actually unsettling when it starts out.
They have a lot of jokes about it. I feel like once, like the season after he kind of like went through puberty and he comes back and his voice is all different.
Oh yeah, they
really work it in. Yeah, it's
writing
fun.
jokes about that.
I'm sure he's like in his like a teenager in real life.
I think he's like 18.
Yeah, I think he's the age he's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't talk because my voice is awful too. But
yeah, it's terrible.
He's the voice on Clarence. Did you ever watch that cartoon?
I love Clarence.
Yeah, he's they may have changed him now that his voice has changed, but like if you go back and watch the first couple seasons, it's him. Yeah,
Clarence is so great.
He's Clarence's friend.
Yeah,
but I feel like they kind of
the real uptight one,
the kid. Yeah, the best friend.
The one who's a real nerd who was real into cleanliness and all that stuff. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Andy?
But do they know they make jokes about his voice on the show, don't they?
Oh yeah.
I feel they have to because it's such a distinctive voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Mikey.
Yeah. So my next pick was Walt Disney's 1942?
1952.
1952
Walt
Trick
Disney.
or Treat.
Directed by Jack Hanna, right?
Which, yes.
Of the Columbus Zoo.
Those of you who know me
so talented.
know that I tend to have a song in my ear at all times, and mostly during the entire month of October, it is the Trick or Treat song from this Disney short, Donald Duck short.
Can you sing a little bit of it?
Trick or treat, trick or treat,
There it
trick
is.
or treat for Halloween. When the ghost and goes and doom
Any more, and we're gonna pay for it.
Yep.
Just kidding.
Sorry. I started scatting at the end, so I changed it up a little bit.
Clean that up.
Yeah, I will. After
Never
the show.
forget.
Never
this
forget.
cartoon will remind you that Donald Duck is a little prick.
He's an ass.
Yeah.
Oh.
He is.
Also, where are Huey, Dewey, and Louie's parents?
Well,
Dead.
No, look at this. Look at this.
look at us.
Look, they're obviously not living with Donald right now.
No.
But he becomes their fucking guardian at some point,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to wiki this at some point also.
I would
Well,
hope he
Uncle
would-
Scrooge plays into this whole.
Eventually he becomes their caretaker because goddamn Donald takes off with the military.
Donald's got things to do.
But where are their fucking parents, man?
Dead.
It's a sad story.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's pretty ducked up.
Mike, I want to say that people didn't give you credit for that. I liked it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, and
Sorry about
something that this movie, for when I had I remember going to the grocery store specifically every year when we had the VHS, you could go rent videos at the grocery store. You'd rent Ichabod Crane.
Yes.
So Sleepy Hollow. A lot of times this short was always on my cassette tape, along with Wind in the Willows, or The Toad.
Yeah.
Mr. Toad's
short.
Wild Ride.
This short was usually included. It's 15 minutes quick, but it's available very easily on YouTube right now. I don't know if that's legal or not, but it's a great transfer of it.
But yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks great, and basically establishes some rules about Halloween. Like you always want to make sure that you have treats to give to those ghouls and goblins out there,
You'd be fucking nice to him.
or you're gonna get it. And I love the fact that there's a witch in this, and the witch actually flips it on the script a little bit. She's
a nice witch.
She's a nice witch.
If you're a trick-or-treater.
If you're a trick-or-treater.
Okay, trick-or-treaters, it's up to the trick-or-treaters to decide trick-or-treat, right? To give you...
what?
No.
It's up to the person who
trick
goes
or
out.
treat. It's a question.
Do you want to give me a treat, or should I trick you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but... Donald didn't give them that choice. He said, I'm going to trick you instead.
Yeah,
he pranked his little fucking nephews
But
that are probably orphans.
It wasn't a prank. It was assault.
It really was.
Yes.
He assaulted the witch, too?
Yeah.
He did.
He threw fireworks into their candy.
Yeah,
He destroyed their candy.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they come to Donald's house to trick or treat, and instead of a treat, he puts fireworks in their bag, and it explodes. So he dumps water on them.
And then pulls a cord and dumps
you
a
know
bucket
what?
of water.
It is cold during Halloween.
Yeah.
They've got pneumonia.
But they're ducks.
And it's
Oh,
probably...
water off the duck's
They
back.
just
California,
water off a
too.
duck's
Water
back.
off duck's back.
But
Yep.
are anthropomorphic ducks, are they still impervious to water?
Yeah.
I got a question.
I don't
there.
duck and know.
Michael with the duck bun.
You done that? You can't do that same pun.
Oh,
over
there's
again.
amazing things I can do. It's trick-or-treat time.
No, it doesn't have the same
amazing.
cachet as the first time. Like you're just riding on like, hey, nostalgia.
Riding on a duck's tail.
That's a
Woo!
Not ponytails.
Thank you.
Not cottontails.
It's such great artwork too. Like you have Huey's the ghost, Dewey's the devil,
Yeah.
and Louie is a little witch.
He is a little witch. Did anybody get the
Which
feels with that
also,
song?
like, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Does everybody kind of have that in there? I feel like that's a song that doesn't get a lot of love at the Halloween time on Halloween remixes.
They played this a lot of time during like ABC Disney specials.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
like
on
before
Sat-
Mr. Boogedy.
Yeah, or like on like Friday or Saturday nights. Remember like those ABC like
Mm-hmm.
Halloween specials?
Yeah.
That's where I remember it from.
I really connected that to specials or being kind of the opener, the warm open to those Disney specials. But yeah, this is fantastic too because the witch is the good guy, but she's still a witch, so she does some pretty awful stuff to Donald to give him.
She fucks up his shit.
She does.
Well, she's like she's like a representative of the supernatural world, and she's like, let's make sure everybody's being cool to the little kids who are like remembering us on this night. And she's like, oh, this guy's an asshole. I'm going to bring the full fucking strength of the underworld to his goddamn door.
Yeah.
Take this, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm going to spray you with my little bug sprayer of dark magic.
That's true. Yeah.
The one that was more upsetting to me now than it was when I was a little kid was when she paints his house green. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
that would be a total pain in the ass. I mean, if you want to possess my feet and make me run into a door,
Well, sometimes the punishment doesn't fit the crime, but when you try to kill your nephews,
yeah.
I feel like it fit.
But still, green paint on your house, Andy.
Kill them.
Fireworks, those are deadly.
Yeah. They're festive. Did you see what do you think of the three ghosts that are like the jazz band?
That's awesome.
This artwork is so good.
Well,
Yeah.
just
So
like
timeless.
again, it just the animation's beautiful. I also like, again, speaking of Nightmare Before Christmas, I feel like Lock, Shock, and Barrel are kind of shout outs and homages to this, maybe, where they're dressed in the same Halloween costumes.
Well, if you think about
Lock, Shock.
And Barrel, the trick or treaters from Nightmare Before Christmas. Lock,
That's
Shock,
what
and
those
Barrel.
are. That's what those characters are named.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
I have to revisit that movie.
Yeah, it needs to be revisited. So if you think about Disney, I know a lot of probably our listeners even get tired of hearing us talk about it, but Disney has some pretty dark. I mean, they weren't afraid to go into those dark places, like Skeleton Dance. That was something I was thinking about watching instead of this one. It's really dark. It's
Night on
and
Ball
the
Mountain.
art is scary as
Well,
all get out.
I feel people were more sophisticated back then.
Yeah.
Well, like I think it seems dark to our eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sophisticated. Give him an iPhone.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I think about that too. Like, I
Fucking
think
with you.
about like where we are with like religious stuff and our overtones, and people would stay away. But like in 1952, they're showing like this witch like using magic in this thing in a really positive way, and it's pretty
but
progressive.
I'm just thinking of like kitty stuff from when our age, and it was like kitty,
Yeah,
and
kitty.
kitty, little cats.
Little cats. Black cats.
But it's the same way this was marketed towards kids back then,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think you can get away with that stuff they did in the way they do now.
mm-hmm.
I think it's just not. They could just take more than
It's
we could,
edgy.
yeah.
It's edgy. If in our time, we consider this probably
Yeah, I
a
feel
little
like it's
bit
pretty
edgy.
standard for them back then.
Yeah, for them. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
It's really nice. Yeah, to revisit this one. Good picks. Good picks. Both counts.
Thanks. I think this
Super
is my first
Halloween-y.
Halloween picks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Good kid.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Last year I wasn't able to be here.
I then selected an episode of Parks and Recreation
Mm-hmm.
called Halloween Surprise. I specifically picked it because of Jerry's fart attack.
That was awesome.
I didn't care about anything else that happened in it. It was only tangentially Halloween-y, which kind of disappointed me when we watched it because I thought but it was fine because Jerry's fart attack made up for it.
It really did.
Those are really rich, fruity farts.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were really from his underworld, if you know what I mean.
They really were.
So in this episode, I don't know. I haven't watched Parks and Rec since it went off the air, so I don't really remember what was going on with Ben and Leslie and like everybody's relationships.
Well, Ben and Leslie are in love.
They're
and
in love.
They're wanting to start their future.
Yours.
He is currently working with what's her dick and on people's campaigns.
Catherine Hahn.
And she wants him to keep working. Leslie is like, let's come home and lease a house together. They're going to take the step to move in together, is what she thinks. And he's like, I might have to stay in Florida. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh no. But they're in love. But they're not anything but in love right now. But I'm gonna jump ahead. When he comes back, he purchased her.
Oh, it was very sweet.
It was
really sweet.
It was super
Gave me the
duper
feels.
sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
Soup.
The Halloween-y moments are Ron and Andy taking Lucy Lawless's kids out for trick-or-treating.
I do love Ron's King Solomon style approach to fixing the problem of the broken tiara by just breaking the other tiara.
Hold on, I got something for you guys here.
Jerry! God, gross. Jerry!
Guys,
Oh, God. Oh, I think he might be having a heart attack. What? Are you serious? So much stuff is happening right now. Call 911. Okay. Just breathe, okay? You're going to be fine.
jeez, did a dinosaur just fart? Jerry,
Could your moment be any lower? You're already having a heart attack in front of two coworkers, and you're also just like farting horrifically and uncontrollably.
That's a true nightmare right there.
Yeah.
Nightmare scenario.
It just doesn't get too much worse than that.
Sorry
Jerry
about the
did-
quality of that.
Jerry did a
particular
much better job
audio.
with the fart work than C. Thomas Howell did.
He did.
Just so you
Oh,
know.
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Just put it out there.
So they have the Parks Department or somebody's putting on a live like come out and watch a horror movie, and they're watching Death Canoe 4,
That's right.
This is my favorite
Blood
part
Lake.
episode,
Blood Lake.
where like what's her name?
Retta.
Greta.
Well,
Well,
the
Donna.
show, Donna.
On the show,
And
yeah.
she like
Donna.
loves it, and then she talked like, "I'm live tweeting this."
Yeah, all day.
And then he was like, "What is this? Am I gonna be lost?" Like, no, just read my tweets before, because I tweeted the live Death Canoe 1 through 3.
And then
And
she
then-
said Death Canoe 5, the canoe is actually the good guy.
Yeah, the hero.
So I'm
Hero.
just so intrigued by this Death Canoe.
Yeah.
It's like a lot sentient or something.
Yeah.
I would love somebody to come up with the money to make this and what was Face Puncher or Kick Puncher?
Kick Puncher from Community.
Like all the made up movies. Rochelle.
Oh, what's the one in It's Always Sunny? Thunder Gun?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Will someone do this, please?
Or ball fondlers.
Ball
from-
fondlers.
Somebody out there with a lot of money, right? And a lot of, you don't know what you want to spend all that money on. Make some of these movies.
Why can't Bill Gates just take one of his many $1 billion
Instead of helping all those people in Africa.
and just do something silly like that?
He's got enough money.
Someone did actually take the Parks and Rec game that he designs himself.
Cones of Dunshire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And made that, but I heard it's not so great. But
Well, it wasn't so great on the show
yeah,
either.
yeah.
So did anybody else think that Pawnee was a real city?
Nope.
Just me?
No, I did
figured
it first.
it couldn't be.
I did it first. When it first came on, I thought Pawnee
Yeah, I
was
thought
real.
it was like based on a real place. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
not real.
East Peck's real, though.
Is it?
No.
Oh.
I'll never forget when
What was that
Jerry
from?
Trial and error.
Trial and error,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
When Jerry, I don't remember early on in the series talking about taking his vacation to Muncie. Like he goes to Muncie for his
Yeah.
vacations, and it just is always stuck with me.
And they treat Indianapolis like the big city all the time
Yeah.
on there. Just
I love Jerry.
Fat Chris Pratt. He's not fat. He's TV fat.
I liked him better when he was fat.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
everyone does.
Yeah.
good chubby Chris Pratt.
He's just real sweet and cute.
Yeah.
Andy was always, he's one of my favorite characters.
I like the auction. I like trying to auction off Ann Perkins.
Yeah.
The relationship Chris Pratt had with what's her name?
Aubrey Plaza.
Yes, that I think that's got to be like one of the best romantic relationships ever on television. They were just such a good like mix for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Very funny.
there were times when like I found Andy too close to being Gumpian.
You thought he had a little bit of Gump's disease?
I know it's not supposed to be like realistic, but at the same time, like, come on.
I don't know. I feel like he's Joey level. Like later season, I feel like he and Joey are both at about the same cartoonish level of childish, ding-dongedness.
Ding-dongedness.
Well, can I say something that's pretty like might be controversial?
Yeah.
Oh.
I stopped watching after this season because I got tired of Ron Swanson.
This season, this episode took place.
I just found him like too libertarian for my taste.
Yeah. I kept watching, but I definitely stopped enjoying it near the end because it was...
Did you?
Well, not stopped enjoying it. My enjoyment was lessened because I just thought it was like too sweet sometimes.
That's what I thought too.
Oh, I feel like I
little too
remember you
saccharine.
saying this. Like everything worked out for him.
Which is not... It's just everybody was just always so loving.
Yeah, I remember you saying this once.
I know it's very... it doesn't make sense with my earlier
because I know they're all sweet characters, but you need some edge and like some conflict in their lives.
I loved it straight to the end.
Yeah.
But
me too. And then Ron Swanson started like becoming a mentor to the
Leslie Knope.
Yeah, well, Leslie and Aubrey.
And Tom.
I just didn't like his, big government's horrible.
Andy doesn't like this fictional character's politics, is what he's saying.
It's too close to home.
Yeah, I understand. You're not the only person that felt that way either. I talked to a lot of people that felt that way.
But here's the thing: like, it would be different if his character wasn't made to be like a man's man that all the men want to be and all the women want to be with him, and we're supposed to forgive that all his horrible politics because they made him to be so like a man's man. And
I don't know if all the women wanted to be with him.
No,
I think a certain kind of woman wanted to be with him.
Yeah, Lucy Lawless.
Yeah.
Megan Mullally.
He's kind of like a Cartman character where you forgive a lot of things because what he does is funny.
But he's also he was not a bad the character of Cartman is a bad person. He's evil.
I could be friends with
Ron
Swanson
Swanson was
in real
a
life.
nice person. He just had politics that you didn't like.
But he would always do the right thing.
But it was like veering.
He had a code.
It was like veering into Michael Scott territory where it was like kind of exhausting. Like maybe just don't do the bad stuff in the first place.
What did he do that was so bad?
No, like all the time. He does something that pisses people off, and then he learns his lesson. Then just be a better person.
Ron Swanson?
Yeah.
I thought he was like always like super upstanding.
I never felt like he pissed anybody off.
I feel like him and Leslie butted heads a lot.
I think we were watching a different show than each other. They were like just friends.
Okay, they disagreed. But he would always help her out.
Oh, there was that episode where he set Leslie's house on fire, and then he ruined her candy and dumped water on her. You should have more problems with Donald Duck than you do with Ron Swanson.
I think too that was part of the reason he was. I think it was supposed to be a counterpoint between him and Leslie Knope, and showing that the two people from opposite ends can work together and be good friends,
and that your politics don't necessarily define you as a human being.
Exactly.
I thought they were trying to kind of elevate the conversation beyond that sort of thing.
That's just how I see it.
Because if you look at the writers who worked on the show, like they were the type of people who would reach out to people who didn't necessarily agree with them all the time.
Oh, it was sad to see Harris Whittles.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
But Joe Mandy was in there.
Yeah, I know.
He looked so young.
I know. He always kind of looks young.
He's got a baby face. Know what I'm saying?
Unpopular opinion. I don't like eating those sugar skulls that they make for Dia de los Muertos.
Are you supposed to eat those?
Apparently not.
Now you're cursed. You're cursed with diabetes.
I thought they were just for decoration.
For eating the sugar
Freddie, rock hard.
Freddie thinks ofrendas are buffets.
Yeah. No, I always wondered if you were supposed to eat those because they do look kind of delicious.
Because they have sugar in their names.
Just sugar.
Yeah, they're made of sugar.
Freddie?
I haven't eaten one for real though, but I will. I'm not gonna like it. You say no.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
Can I bring up the donut conversation again?
Yes, sure.
How do you guys feel about Krispy Kremes?
I love them.
I like I'll eat a Krispy Kreme from like a Kroger bin where you pick them out yourself. It's not my favorite. Krispy Kreme from the Krispy Kreme store, fresh, pretty fucking great.
Yeah.
It's like I've had them fresh too, and those are awesome. But I don't feel like you get your money's worth because they're kind of small.
Yeah, they are small. But you ever microwave them, the ones you get at the store?
Yeah.
Dear God.
I've never had. I mean, they're good enough for me not to microwave them.
Those are.
But they could be better.
I don't have a microwave.
You don't have a microwave?
No.
How do you live?
I don't know.
Wait. What?
We don't have a microwave. I don't.
Freddie's mind. After everything we've discussed today, this is what's going to blow his mind right now.
How do you make popcorn?
We haven't really made popcorn.
How do you make your lean cuisines?
I don't have lean cuisines. I don't understand. I reheat.
Do you guys
things
have
in
like
the
an
oven.
open pit in the middle of the living room?
No.
Like where you throw meat in there?
No, we just use our stove.
Yeah.
If you gotta heat up a cup of coffee that went cold on you.
I don't heat up coffee.
What if you have one of those things when you have a sty and you need to microwave the bag so it's nice and warm to put over your eyes to help the sty come out?
We would probably just put the bag in a pot of hot water.
You would do hot water?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, listeners. As always, at the end of every show, we talk about our beautiful Beelzebubs.
It doesn't have a microwave.
Are you sure? I think
I'm 100% sure.
We're gonna
We've
start
talked about
with-
buying one for popcorn purposes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But we haven't decided to.
I want to see how long you can go without it.
Well, I mean, forever. Like,
Yeah. You've used one before, though, right?
I've used one. I've had one
Yeah.
in my life.
All right. These are our Beelzebubs.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have a microwave.
We definitely.
I've seen one in your house.
No.
Here we go.
No.
Jeremy and Cassie, you all got some microwaves.
Maybe you guys can get Kelley.
How many microwaves?
We're going to see you guys soon.
Do you have an extra microwave?
We don't need a microwave. Don't try to force your microwave agenda on us. You
Deadeye.
get autism from microwaves.
Do you have autism from a microwave?
Because we're in the pocket of big microwaves.
That's right.
Amanda. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
I want to say Deadeye's our newbie.
He's the noob.
He's all the way from South Africa.
We gotta pwn that noob.
Pone noob.
Yeah.
Hi, Dale.
Lubins.
What's up, Dale?
You got a dab on the hater?
Hey, Mandy, you
Dab
gotta
on
tell
your
us
haters.
your selections. You're the winner. You get to give us an hour's worth of Halloween
Put
special
that microwave
content
on reheat
Yeah.
and give us some selections.
We need your shirt size and your
in your selections.
yeah.
We need a lot
I
of
need your
things.
clothes and your bike.
Your social security number?
Hi, Adam.
What's up, Adam?
Hey, Brooke.
Brooke?
I don't think we should make a babbling Brooke joke this week.
No.
I think we should give her a break.
Let's give Brooke a break.
Break the brook.
Ernest.
Hey, do you remember that time that a piano fell in Ernest and Andy just rolled his around on Ernest?
Hi, Albert.
and then Albert walked in that time with a tight miniskirt on, and Andy was like, and his tongue rolled out.
Tree and Alex.
Or when Tree and Alex were riding down the street on those little bicycles, and then Andy, he did something from a cartoon. He had one of those drums that went boom. What? A boom.
Slide whistle.
Didn't know drums were a cartoon trope.
You know, like one of those timpanis.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, because they bounced off a fat guy.
Yeah. They do that.
Brandon. Boom.
Remember when Brandon was skipping through that field and all those daisies and stuff?
Mhm.
And then it turned out it was opium and he fell asleep.
And they got real slow, and they were running and talking real slow.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Bill.
Hey, Bill.
I've been playing Trivia Crack with Bill.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fun.
I should get back into
Having a
trivia.
good time.
Crack.
It's fun.
You playing?
I'm playing. Sometimes the question is...
You cracking,
you
bro?
can tell when like some idiot made a question though.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
And stuff's not
Yeah.
capitalized when it should be, and then like the options are real like they're like one of them was what country is the sitcom Full House filmed in, and it was all in lowercase letters, and the options were ridiculous.
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, yeah.
Maybe I'll crack with you.
You should. I would love to crack
I would
with
crack
you.
with you.
Hey, Blake, you cracking?
Yeah. You know he is.
Mark Watts.
Yeah.
What's up?
Deep in the heart, Texas.
Playing bass.
Watts.
What's up?
What's
I've had to have done that before. And some lady named Elise Kombrinck.
Oh, we got the same last name.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's the special tier
That's your
where you
wifey.
get to marry Kelley.
That's right.
It's just to change
It's the
your name.
$30 tier.
$30,
Just
baby.
$5 more.
A month.
Yeah, every month.
But then you get to make me dinner.
Just for
And
an
have sex with
additional
me whenever I want.
$60 a year.
Just for
Beautiful.
$35.
It's a very unpopular tier.
You get to put me on your insurance and
All right, so no show next weekend because we shall be in LA for the Halloween 40 event
I
and
won't be.
Disneyland, of course.
Oh yeah, if anybody has any Disneyland hookups, hit a brother up.
No, brother, he means Andy. You should have said that much earlier.
And by
in the show.
hookups, he means fun things to do.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I'm not saying I won't suck a dick or eat a pussy.
Wow, for
he's
what?
not saying he won't.
For what? A churro?
I'm
Put a
just
dollar
saying.
amount on this
More
shit.
This means for like
Yeah.
early entry to
Churro.
park. I don't know.
If we have any Universal
One churro.
Studios hookups too, you know.
How much time do you think I have?
I'm just saying.
I gotta go to In-N-Out.
all
That's
weekend.
true.
I like free shit, and
Well,
I
no-
would do things for it.
We got to
I've already-
cover the convention for some of that time.
Anyway, so we're gonna be at Mickey's Halloween party, so we'll be Instagramming about that. But also, our friend Jacob.
Say hi
Yeah.
to No Doubt for me. You're going to be in Anaheim.
I feel like we should have plugged this at the beginning.
Well,
I'm
we
glad
didn't.
you remembered though. But Jacob will be at Universal Studios Orlando live streaming on the Instagram.
For the Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
So look forward to a little bit of fun content there,
and
y'alls.
His bar, the Overlook,
Mhm.
they are doing the night before Christmas overlay right now.
Yeah, they do it through Halloween through
It
Christmas.
sounded like you said Night of the Beef Pork.
I thought you were going to say
Night
beef
of the
bourguignon.
The night of the beef pork overlay. Remember that movie? Oh my
Beef
God.
Pork Overlay is my favorite prog rock band.
He said beef pork.
The night of the beef pork.
So follow us on Instagram.
Mr. Gates, I need one of your billions of dollars. I got a movie
The Beef Pork Overlay.
At the Overlook.
in Cincinnati.
That's a long time.
All right, we got anything else?
So no, I just want to say again, thanks to Jacob for volunteering to do that coverage for Instagram.
Mhm.
I think that'll be fun. I like to live vicariously through people like Mike and people that move around.
Just Mike and Jacob.
Just Mike and Jacob. you
Wow.
know. People that get out, and I'm like, oh, that's what it's like out there in the world.
Come on.
All right, thank you, listeners. Bye.
Love.